Welcome to TRIBUSANA. Bienvenidos a TRIBUSANA.
So, what are we cooking today?
Granola.
Yes. Today we're cooking one of our family's favorite recipes because we love our granola every morning on top of our chia pudding, our porridge, and we also love this recipe because at the same time we do the recipe twice in 2 batches because some of it can also be turned into cookies, or you can use some granola as a fruit crumble to put the crumble on top. So it's very versatile, this recipe. So this is why we have 2 bowls, and we're going to be measuring the ingredients using our favorite equipment in the kitchen, which is a kitchen scale. All our recipes are always written in grams, so that you can simplify the cleanup process of your recipe, because by simply using one bowl instead of spoons and cups and everything, that just requires more tidy up. So we want to get rid of that tidying up process to make it more simple and just go to our bowl, put it in 0, and we are going to get started. So our first ingredient for our recipe is oats, and we want to go to 300. So it's a 300.
You tell me when to stop.
Yes?
No, I'm going to stop.
Okay, you tell him when to stop.
300.
300.
I think you're way over past 300.
No, look, it's a 236. Let's see. So you can see that involving the kids in the kitchen at an early age is also a great way of having them practice their numbers. We went a little bit overboard. Does that matter? No, not in this recipe. So you're good. So now, Lorenzo, you measure 300 in your bowl.
Hey, but then put it here.
In the center? Okay. Here you go. And let's measure 300. What do we need to do? We need to go to 0, 0.
I must get a spatula.
Your spatula is here.
One. It's not a little one for me.
The little one? You want the little one? Okay, you measure. There you go. Okay. So we're at 1, 3, 2.
So you have to finish.
So not entirely finished. Let's see if we can figure out how to get. We just went a little bit overboard. Too much. There we go.
Too much.
So we've got the oats out of the way.
Wait.
And now can you bring it to 0? Bring the scale to 0.
The what scale?
Here, press that button. And now we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of flour. Today we're using chestnut. You can use spelt. You can use wheat, whichever flour you prefer, but a little bit so that the crunchiness of the granola stays nice and intact.
So what's your number?
And now we're going to go to 60.
60.
Ready? So, 0.
A 1 and a 6.
It's a 6 and a 0.
Oh.
So there we go. Yeah, almost. Here, let me help you. Okay. There we go. A little overboard. It doesn't really matter.
Too much overboard.
We're going to go to 0. And do you want to do the same? Oh, thank you, Luca. Okay, go ahead.
You tell me when to stop.
Okay. And we're going to measure till we see a 6, but don't touch, because if you touch, then our weight is going to go off a little bit. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. And now we go on to the next ingredient, which is what? What's our next ingredient?
This.
No, it's this. We're going to be using pistachios for this recipe, but you can easily combine it with almonds. You just want to chop them up a little bit because otherwise it'll be too big. The same as with walnuts. So any nut that you prefer. And what you can also do is combine. So just do 60 of whatever nuts you have running around in the house. So go ahead and let's not eat all of it. Yes? So let's go ahead and put 60 of our nuts. Go, put in here.
You tell me when to stop.
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, over the bowl, over the bowl. There you go, stop. And now we'll do And you can actually alternate, because one is actually going to be for cookies if you want to make them different. But it's the same recipe. That's what's so beautiful about this recipe. Ready?
So which number?
6-0.
6-0. Again?
Mm-hmm. I purposely made the recipe so it's very simple. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we have our pistachios.
Let me just get 1 out.
1 out so that it's perfectly 6-0.
No, I need 2 out now.
Okay, you can eat. You can eat. There we go. 1 more out. Now we're going to go with some seeds. There we go. So now we're going to add 20 of pumpkin seeds. There you go. So just grab a handful. Usually a handful is enough. Clearly my hands are bigger than yours, so you want 2 handfuls. Go ahead. There we go. That's good.
No.
There you go. 20. Luca, let's do 20.
I'll eat 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll eat 2.
So one of the things that you will notice on our website, if you go to TRIBUSANA.com, is that we have a resource section of the website where we actually sometimes share articles. And so now we need to put a little more. 2-0. 2-0. Look at the number. 2-0.
Yeah. Luca. Like that.
There we go. We're almost there. We're almost there. That's perfect. It doesn't have, it's not, this recipe is not perfection or precision. It's just a rough estimation. But we love our nuts and seeds, and like I was mentioning, on our resource section of our website, I sometimes like to put articles that are worthwhile reading, because I want people to start becoming more aware of the importance of eating more nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, and lots of yummy. A little bit more. Okay, go. And it's an article that came out in The Lancet where 1 in 5 deaths are actually associated. You are actually perfect. That's great. So now, Lorenzo, you're going to go. Lorenzo, come on. And, ay, se me metió la hoja. And now we're going to go ahead and put the seeds. So in this article, they mention how 1 in 5 deaths around the world.
How much do I need?
In 2000. Nope, that's. There we go.
Okay.
So we need 20. How in 2017, 1 in 5 deaths around the world was associated not by what people are eating, but by what they're not eating. And this was published in The Lancet. So I have that article on my website. Feel free to go and visit it. But really, in summary, is we just need to go back to eating more whole foods, nuts, seeds, dried fruits, vegetables, and fruits as well. Fresh fruit. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do 20 of flaxseed. Why do we like flaxseed?
Not me.
Because it's full of omega-3s. And we love that for our body. It's one of the healthier fats that we can consume. So having 1 to 2 tablespoons of flax seeds a day is great. And then we're going to be putting some rice syrup as well. But first, let's go ahead.
What is rice syrup?
Sometimes it's just easier to go like this.
Which number do I need?
20. There we go. A little more, a little more. There we go. And now Luca. Get ready to mix. Get ready to mix.
Should I mix?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You tell me when to stop, okay?
Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. A little more, a little more. Please do this. Doop. There we go. So we just went a little bit overboard, but you can never have too much flaxseed. And now we're going to go ahead and put some puffed millet. It can also be puffed quinoa, or it's consistency. Really, It's just to make it more fun looking, the granola. And also we're adding some more nutrition to our granola.
You tell me when to stop. Okay?
Oh, this one we need to go quite more because it's puffed, so it's very, very light. There we go. Perfect. And now we go ahead.
How much do I need?
20.
Must be
So we go to 0. And did you see how much more we put of puffed millet? Because it's just so light. There we go, a little bit more. There we go, there we go. Perfect. So now we're done with that. And now
you mix again.
We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of cinnamon in each. The cinnamon is super important. Cinnamon is what helps balance the sugar levels in our blood. So starting the day with some cinnamon is a great idea. And now we're going to also go ahead and put in some apple juice. You can also put oat milk or soy milk or any kind of liquid that you like. I guess water is also a possibility, but we like the flavor of apple. So we're going to go ahead and put 60.
Apple juice? Is that apple juice?
Mm-hmm.
Actress, can I have some?
Yes, of course I will. And then we're going to go ahead and put 60. There we go. There we go. And now we're going to put 100. 100. What is 100?
A 001.
Reverse it.
110. No,
No.
100.
Yes. So we're going to go for 100. There we go. There we go. Almost. 7, 80, 90. Oh, stop.
Ooh.
And now
I
Luca's going to do the same.
And I put it. You tell me when to stop.
We will tell. Can you tell him when to stop?
Yeah.
Go. Can you count the numbers for me?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
3, 40,
40.
50,
60. No.
70,
It's just
80, 90, go. 100. Well done.
109. No, it's 101. No, whatever.
No, wait. Before you stir
No,
it,
it was
then now let's go
100
ahead and put.
Me.
I personally like using
No,
rice syrup.
it was me. Hey.
Oh, it's Luca. He was the last one on. So we'll just go to 0. I like to use rice syrup because it is actually low on the glycemic index. You can, if you prefer, to use syrup like agave syrup or different types of sugar, but don't definitely have it as a liquid because it's what makes the granola stick. And in the recipe, I prefer to do 200 of the rice syrup so that we have nice big chunks of, ooh, we're almost there, nice big chunks of granola. And this really is what makes it stick. If you go for like agave syrup, it might not have the same consistency. And it's also much sweeter, so make sure to reduce the amount of agave syrup if you go down that way.
Wait, does that mean I also need a full one?
And do we have a full one? Can we finish this one first?
Yeah.
And then we go like this. And you finish pouring this one out and I'll open the other one. Ready?
It's sticky, this stick.
It is. And one little trick to open at home is just tap your jars and then they'll open much easier.
Can I lick this?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Please?
Of course you can. And we are done. So our granola recipe is done. And now what we're going to do is just mix.
Mix
now,
and mix.
why?
Mix and mix.
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 And so for our granola, now we're just going to quickly put it on a baking tray that's lined with baking paper or parchment paper. So we're just going to do this, make sure that it's all nice and coated. So here you see kind of what it should look like. And now we're going to go ahead and bring our baking tray over here. My oven has been preheating to 160. This is my favorite temperature. That's 160 Celsius. And the reason being is that it gets the granola nice and brown. We're going to be cooking it for half an hour, but it doesn't burn. It's also a great temperature if you want to toast bread and you don't want to burn it, or if you want to toast nuts and seeds, like when we do our own gomasio, we do it in the oven, or when we want to roast some tamari coated pumpkin seeds with sesame, pumpkin seeds with sunflower seeds and a little bit of tamari. We'll put it at 160. And there we go. So now this is going to go into the oven for 10 minutes, and then we're going to move it around and put it in for another 10 minutes, move it around, and then it's done. Okay?
And I'm telling you, the granola like this is very yummy still.
Is it? So now, this same recipe, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to put it in a kitchen blender with this one, so that it actually overstirs it, and then it'll become into a paste. But then we're going to show you how we do cookies out of this. And if you want, you can also add a little bit of grated chocolate to make it different. Okay, but I need the granola.
I'll have the granola that's still there. Can I lick it?
The granola is still in your bowl?
Yeah.
Yes, someone.
And delicious. This is really nice. I like it so much that I want to eat.
Ahora es con ese ruido para separar. What's that? It's the oven.
Yay!
We're ready to get our granola.
Green.
So here's our granola. Careful, it's hot.
Smell the perfume.
Yeah, smell the perfume. And what I'm showing you here is how we are very carefully bringing... Let's do that again. What is that? It's the granola. And here we go. And that is our dog, Noah Artichoke. Thanks to Luca here, who gave him that name. And what we wanted to show you is how we move the sides in so that all our granola is going to be nice and crunchy. So this way, we don't have all the granola brown on the sides and not as well cooked in the center. So we've moved it around. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and put it into the oven once more for another 10 minutes.
And this time, I do not lick these because there's nothing.
Yes.
And so it's going to bend my tongue.
There we go. And what happened to our other granola? Lorenzo.
Cookie.
Yes. So now, this is the result, of the granola that we have mixed in the blender for roughly around 4 to 5 minutes. And see, now it's become like a sticky dough, which is perfect for making cookies.
Let's
so
see if it's nice.
What we do is we bring another tray.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it good? And we're going to go ahead.
We can eat these, right?
Yes, you can eat this. What we do is we use these to make sure that our cookies are all the same size. So we'll pick, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do big cookies? Or, yeah, you can. Well, just wait. Wait, let's use some because you want to do some cookies.
Can I eat it?
Not now. And we will use one of these to make sure that we always have the same amount of granola dough for our cookies. So we put it on our tray, and you go ahead and show them. Now, too little. Then we're going to have to use less. Let's go ahead and use this one, or maybe this one.
No, this one.
Okay.
No, the big one.
made it better.
Oh.
And then what do? We flatten. No. What we can
This
do
is
is
very
we flatten.
delicious, you know.
So you use your finger. Hang on, let's show it with a big one. And I'll use the little one.
One finger.
So obviously you want your cookies to all be the same size. And what we do is we just mush down the granola, and then careful, and then we've got a perfect size cookie, which is so much better than buying store-bought granola. Yes, when we do a cookie, you can eat one, of course. And the other little trick that I want to show you is when I have done too much and I fill up a tray, any leftover granola, what I do is I actually wrap it in plastic film.
Like that.
I put the name of what it is, the date of when it was done, and this one we even had some goji berries, and I stick it in the freezer so that if at some point in time friends are coming over, we have no cookies at home, I simply pull it out of the freezer, cut it up into little cookies, and then we put that in the oven, and then we'll have freshly baked granola cookies. So these are our tricks. The last one is you can always chop up any fruit or vegetable like apples and banana or even pineapple, depending on the season where you are, and we just layer it with the fruit chopped up, and then we scoop some of the granola on top, stick it in the oven for 10 minutes, and you've got a perfect fruit crumble. So these are our little tricks. Should we continue making cookies?
Yeah.
Before you eat it all?
One question. My mommy does that, like that we too do not eat and finish the cookies, like that we can have it for friends.
Yes, and this way, by making our own cookies at home, what we are avoiding are a lot of the chemicals and preservatives that are put in cookies today, and which we buy in the store. So always make sure that you read the label, because if sugar is really high up there, if it's in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 place in the food label, then it means it has way too much sugar. So this way we know we always have wonderful, and these cookies can last for as long as the kids allow it, but usually they can last for like 2 weeks easily. All right?
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Because we both are the eater cookies. Yes.
You're the cookie monsters. The cookie monsters. Should we continue?
Yeah. Even the granola monster.
Oh gosh.
We love it. Oh. Welcome to TRIBUSANA. Welcome to TRIBUSANA.
No! What are we hearing? The granola's ready.
Granola! Granola! Ooh, wow.
So here we have it. Our granola.
Melted
Now, if you think your granola is not crunchy, wait, because it needs to cool down in order to get its crunchiness. And then once you have it ready, you can actually put it in a jar bigger than this one. We actually have
Big.
This is our designated granola jar. It is airtight so that our granola can keep, which it never does, but it can keep up to 3 weeks if you want. And basically, once it's cooled down and it becomes really crunchy, just pour it in here. What I like to do is I use the paper itself to do like this, and then I just dump it into the jar so that we make less of a mess, as much as we can, less of a mess in the kitchen. But it's also fun, and keep in mind, the kitchen is supposed to be the heart of a healthy home. So if you think that you cannot pull this off, in 1 hour we have done not just one recipe, but actually 3 or 4, because we have got cookies in the freezer, we have cookies in the oven for snacks, we have our granola for in the morning, we can turn it into a dessert as well as a crumble, or when you have homemade ice cream, which we are more than happy to show you how to do that with frozen banana, we can topple it with some of the granola and you have all that goodness coming into your life. So come join us, and if you want, visit our website, because there I offer programs of 4 to 5 classes where we can teach you different strategies so that you can begin to cook healthy at home with your kids included and be a very happy family, because this is effectively our playground. Looking forward to sending you some more really soon. Thank you, sous chef.
I'm
Thank
Luca.
you, sous chef.
I'm Lorenzo.
I'm Luca.
And I'm Florencia.
Welcome to